Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl, Chassie B.
And I'm Shadonna. Welcome. I don't know why she's trying to talk all soft and sensual, because that is not her. Okay. But thank you for joining this week's podcast. We truly appreciate everyone in their support. We want to say hello to our new followers, subscribers, likers, etc., etc. And if you did not watch last week's live episode, please go back. We had Miss, I call her Mary J, but I don't know.
The lady.
The lady. We talked to the lady last week, and it was pretty amazing. We did that in celebration of Mental Health Awareness Month. So if you did not know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we want you guys to please take care of yourself. But we always start with a foreplay, and Chassie B, you're first.
The hell I do. So would you rather be a no nonsense mother or a mother? So no nonsense means your kid doesn't tell you anything. Or would you rather be a mother that your child tells you everything?
I guess the latter. I don't know. I don't know why your child telling you everything would be a problem. I mean, I understand the reality of TMI, but I would rather they overindulge and I know what's going on with them than to me for them to pop up pregnant. I'll be like, I didn't know you was having sex. So I guess the latter.
I think everything too, although there's some things I probably don't want to know. Right. But I guess I would rather them tell me everything than to not tell me anything.
Right. I didn't tell my mom a lot, and that made me do a lot of dumb things. So, which I wasn't as bad as some kids. I'm not saying I was like a completely wild child, but I was living in these streets. Okay.
We outside.
So yeah, I feel like some of that happened because I didn't have that avenue of communication with my mom until I was grown. So I say that I hope and pray that my kids feel comfortable talking to me, but they probably don't because some stuff we ain't there yet. I'm a work in progress. I am under construction. Okay.
At least you know.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. I think kids are more vocal these days now anyway than we were. I guess because older parents, and nothing against it at all, but they was all, children stay in your lane. Don't say this. Mm-hmm. Don't be around that. Don't blah, blah, blah. So that didn't stop the kids from knowing this stuff or stopping the kids from being around it, but it stopped them from communicating it so you would know it's a problem.
Right.
And now things, social media and people and stuff they're around, and these bad tail kids with the young tail parents. Now I'm playing. But they're just exposed to so much more. So I don't think we are as hush hush as our parents were when it comes to stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I talk about stuff around my kids that I know my mama probably wouldn't have ever said around me when I was younger. Sometimes she'd be like, really? And I'm like, what? They need to know.
Right. I blame some of that on the culture too, though, because we had explicit movies back in the day. We had explicit songs back in the day, but they wasn't as mainstream as they are now. So we had Luke back then, pop, get it, whatever it was. But he wasn't playing on 99 and 102 and 97, whatever it was. It wasn't mainstream. And even when the videos played, it was after dark. It was after bedtime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now these sexual songs and sexual movies and stuff are just, it is what it is. Yeah. So it's kind of hard not to have these conversations with your kids because you have to at this point.
Right. I remember when I was younger, like we used to wake up in the middle of the night to look at Uncut. I love Uncut. They need to bring Uncut back. BT.
Shoot, they
I
play
used to
that
get
video, them type of videos all day now. It ain't nothing uncut. But anyway.
right. This is true. But I used to get up to look at Uncut. My grandma used to have this little TV in the kids' bedroom, which is like our playroom or whatever. And if you turned it to a certain channel, it would pick up Playboy. So we used to look at Playboy. We used to look at all of this stuff, and we had accessibility to it that our parents didn't even realize that we had to it.
But still, it wasn't something that was in your hand or in your pocket 24/7. Now they can go on Pornhub. They can go on Pornhub in the middle of class if they want to. Like it's just so much more. Back then, we had to get the VHS out, blow it off, and we had to wait till the parents went home. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I did.
Go in there and sneak and get the VHS tape, and then you got to rewind it back to the part where it was at originally.
Yes. And when we did get phones, it was flip phones or slide phones. It wasn't no, touch screen, internet. And shoot, the internet we had back then was dial up. At least I did. I lived in the country. By the time you dialed it up and got it rolling, it wasn't even no point.
Right. Exactly. Mama be on the get out the internet. I gotta use the phone. Oh, that used to drive me so crazy. Some days I wish I could get AOL just to humble my damn kids.
Honey. I be trying to tell my son, he just don't understand. Like, you got it made.
They get mad whenever it's buffering, and I be like, dude, like it used to take us like 2 hours to get online sometimes. Like, calm down, simmer down.
Right.
Simmer down.
That's why I be trying to tell my son that, like, back in the day when we got McDonald's, it was because we got a good report card. And you know how often report cards came out. It wasn't like we just, mama didn't feel like cooking. Mama cooked. We didn't eat out and stuff like we do now. We didn't have Happy Meals and toys and internet and whatever the case may be. So I be trying to tell him, but he don't understand.
We ate out, but that's all because the basketball and softball team that I was on was sponsored by Burger King. So every time that we played a game, we got to go out and eat for free. Mm-hmm. So we ate out probably like two times a week.
We didn't. I wish.
It was only because it was free. And it was only because it was free for me. Yeah. But they was like, I mean, if she's gonna eat, gotta feed the other two. So
right.
But that was
right. Yeah. But kids these days are spoiled and entitled. They are, and it's our fault. Can't blame nobody but us.
It's 100% my fault.
And some of it is just I can be real with it. I'm gonna be a real parent. Some of it is convenience.
Heck yeah. Yes, totally. Sometimes we be in the car, they be like, I want McDonald's. You know what? I didn't feel like cooking anyway.
We feel like cooking anyway. Even when I fuss at him and say, I ain't buying no more McDonald's, I'm right there the next week. Okay. Getting them chicken nuggets.
Yeah, we done got to the house and I done ordered pizza on the way to the house, and they be like, I want pizza. We be pulling in the driveway at the same time the pizza man be pulling in.
Honey, and now that we got DoorDash, can't tell me nothing. Honey. I DoorDash something in a heartbeat. My neighbors probably think I don't never cook.
Yes, I love me some DoorDash.
Yes. Okay, mine is, sorry. Would you rather live in a country with a low cost of living but horrible weather, or live in a country that's higher cost but amazing weather?
Higher cost, amazing weather.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
right there with you. I'm right there with you. Because weather can really like impede, or I don't know if impede is the correct word, but I've been
It
around
is
too many
today.
white people.
It is
But
today.
weather can really make your mood a certain way. So if it's rainy all the time, or if you stuck in the house because it snowed, or if it's thundering and you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it can make you have a bad day. So what's the point of
Right.
having great weather or bad weather, like a low cost living, but you don't feel like crap?
Right. Right. Exactly. I noticed that in the wintertime, excuse me, during the wintertime, I am like so depressed. But it's because I can't get out in the sun and enjoy it. Like the little days that it's spring here in North Carolina, but it has its own mind. But all them days that it was cold, I was like, I'm just so over this. I was like, I just want to stay in the bed. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything. Today, the sun was out. It was warm. I went outside, played basketball with the kids. Like,
Right.
I
It
did
definitely makes a
things.
difference. It definitely makes a difference. Do you think it matters what kind of weather they're talking about? Like if the weather is just windy. It's just windy 365 days of the year. Would you care?
Mm, am I wearing a wig or my real hair?
Thanks. Honey, in my type of job, wind is just as bad, honey. I swear every event we done been to, but 3 this year has been Windy City. Okay, you think it's Chicago in the streets? Can't keep nothing on the table.
Right. We got some pamphlets, but it's over here in the box if you would like to see
Right,
some.
honey. One day the wind was so bad we was in Fayetteville, and one of the not mine, but one of the other people that was there, her whole table flipped over. The
Oh
whole
my
entire
gosh.
table. I was like,
Mm.
at least it didn't do that. But I tell you, the neighborhood got some pamphlets off the ground because I was not chasing no pamphlets.
I was at an event one time and the tent came up out of the ground and flew across the yard and hit this lady upside the head. And it was like the most dramatic fall ever. Like it hit her pretty hard, but she was still dramatic.
Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
I was like, is she gonna fall?
The very first event that we went to after COVID, the wind was like that. I think it was wind and it was drizzling. And our tent is heavy. Like some of the other people's tents are just like them pop-ups, like you get at Walmart and it's up.
Mm-hmm.
But we got that one that take 2 people to put up. I don't know why they got the heavy tail tent. But anywho, so typically it's pretty stable. I was literally at the car talking to the person about, Medicaid and the changes, and the tent was pushing me into their car.
Dang.
I was like, yeah, let me tell you about the changes to Medicaid. I'm like, I guess it was a good thing I was there because if it had hit their car, that'd have been a whole nother problem. But it was literally knocking me into the car. Like, but I didn't care. I didn't care. It was the first event after I had been in the house for a year. So I was like, I'll take this problem. Okay.
Heck yeah.
I don't know how work from home mothers do it. I ain't gonna lie. They can have it. I'll work any day. Now I don't want to be nowhere 5 days a week. I don't want to do that. But
I want 2 days a week, Tuesday and Wednesday, a smooth $500 an hour, work 2 hours a day. That's it.
Right.
That's all. I mean, I'm not asking for much.
Right. All right. Well, y'all comment and tell us what y'all pick of the 2 would you rather questions. We like for y'all to participate,
Yes.
We glad you're listening, but we love you to participate as well.
Yes,
so you can always catch us on our YouTube page, or channel, or our Facebook page, and comment below. My body like no. All right, anywho, let's go on into the topic segment, and I'll let you pop it off.
Okay. So the other day, I was scrolling through Facebook, minding everybody else's business.
Right.
And I ran across this post. I wish that I could remember it verbatim, but of course I don't. And of course I didn't screenshot it. But anyway, basically the person was saying that they felt that people that wear, girls that wear tampons are sexually active and they should not wear them. Basically is what she was saying. So I saw that and I was like, people are crazy. But then I remember I was like, okay, I don't have girls. I got boys. So maybe other women that have girls would think different. So I decided to post the question on Facebook. I posted on my page as well as a woman's group that I'm in to see what other women thought that had girls. And I think it was unanimously, everybody was like, they was okay with their daughters using a tampon. But I'm interested to see like, what do you think? Do you think that a tampon correlates with a child having sex or a person having sex? Well, girl.
Right. He said that like it could be something other.
Right.
Anywho, do I feel like it's a problem? Is that your primary question?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. So if I didn't know any better, I could understand why people think you would have to have sex to use tampons. But because I come from a medical background, I mean, I know you don't have to.
Right.
Me personally, I don't see how you could wear one comfortably. But I don't know that because I didn't use them before I was 18.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not really a person who like used them before I had sex and to know, how I would feel. But that's not really the question at hand. The question is, do I feel like it's an issue? And personally, I don't.
Okay.
Right. I feel like girls and women have their own say over their own body, and they should be able to do whatever's comfortable for them at the end of the day.
Right. I agree. And I think I forgot my train of thought. But anyway, so I used them before I started having sex because first I was real active. I like to play sports. I also like to be outside playing football with the boys and running around and just doing a whole bunch of stuff outside. And I felt like the pad was constricting me. It was making me have anxiety and I didn't want to have to wear that pad. I wanted to be able to be free. And I think my mama, she didn't teach me how to use a tampon. I was literally in the bathroom with the pamphlet open, looking at it, trying to figure out how to get it in. And I probably went through like 2 boxes of tampons before I finally figured it out. She probably was cussing my ass out, but she never said nothing to me. But and I'm pretty sure like I got it in wrong 100 times before I finally got it right. And I was like, ooh, this is right. This is how it's supposed to feel. It ain't supposed to feel like nothing.
Right.
All the other times I was feeling something. But yeah, I was using it before I had sex. And it was once you learn how to do it, it ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad. The problem that bothers me with this scenario and with a lot of scenarios is that people come up with these excuses or reasons, or that's all my brain can get out right at this moment. But they come up with these things that they're saying like if she's using tampons, she's having sex. But there's plenty of areas, places, Google to research to see that's not the case. So before you make these accusations or come up with this, what you're saying about, okay, so she using tampons, that means she having sex. I'm gonna need you to do your research first. So because now you just looking ignorant.
Exactly. Exactly. Now I do understand. I had one girl that said that she wouldn't let her daughter use it until a certain age. Well, I had 2 people. One person she said 16. She couldn't really give me a legit reason why. In my opinion, it wasn't a legit reason. I honestly think that she was relating it to sex, but I was whenever I posed the question, like it was specifically for sex. So whenever people was trying to give me health reasons, I was like, outside of health reasons, would you let your child use it? But another girl said that she wouldn't do it because of maturity. She would wait like a certain time whenever they was like old enough to understand that they need to take it out, because tampons do have a really big health risk. So I could understand if like my 8, 9, 10-year-old, I probably wouldn't let them use a tampon because I would be nervous that they probably are not going to change it the way they're supposed to, or probably be able to get it in.
I was about to say grown tail women don't do that sometimes, so I don't really think that correlates. I feel like that's all in the teaching. Like,
yeah, that's
when
true.
you get a period at the end of the day, that automatically make you older than you are. I mean, they don't, but it feels like it does. Like, like it transcends your age. Like, I'm a woman now. No. But yeah, I feel like that's all in the education of it. I don't feel like maturity. I don't agree with that. Like, I feel like that's just in your mind. You think that's an appropriate age.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, like some decisions that we make as parents is because that's what makes us feel comfortable. It's not because it's the right answer, and it's not because it's the wrong answer. It's just because that's what makes us feel comfortable. It's like when it comes to dating, like some people let their kids date when they 13, 12, and some don't let them date till they 16. So I mean, it's not a right or wrong answer, but don't be ignorant about it. Just say I don't feel comfortable with it and be done with it. Like
right. Exactly.
But now you're gonna start making all these excuses. Okay.
Make sure you're having sex. No, it does not mean that she's having sex. Doggone it.
And they make tampons for teenagers because I've seen them before.
Oh, really?
I'm guessing they must be smaller, or I don't really know because, like I said, I ain't using them. I ain't got no daughters, but but I've seen them in the store that's like Playtex for teens or something. So I'm guessing that they're probably made for it. They probably keeping in mind that these people are not having sex yet.
All right.
Some of them that ain't gonna be the case, but they probably keeping in mind. So like I said, it's all about the education of it. And pads are not the end all be all. I was embarrassed when I was a teenager. Because of pads, because it linked to the left and I linked to the right. I don't know, but
exactly.
So you rather your child be traumatized like I was?
You better go to school and get period blood all over your pants, because I don't want people to think you're having sex. So you're not gonna wear a tampon.
Right. Yeah, I definitely did that. What do you feel about, like, should we educate our boys on what periods are?
Absolutely.
I feel like that doesn't happen.
I do. Their daddy was like, I don't think they need to know. And I was like, it's little girls their age that probably got their periods. They need to know about it. Because if those little girls got to know about it, they should know about it too.
Yeah. Because that's what made it such a traumatizing thing for me whenever I had that accident. I think we went on a school trip or something. I was in middle school, and wherever we was in the woods playing, and I don't know what happened, but I had an accident. And I tried to like tie my coat around my waist to hide it, and things like that. And I had almost made it throughout the whole day and got to the school and went to go get on the bus, and the coat or something got snagged off of me.
Dang.
And what was embarrassing is that the boys was picking on about it, like making jokes and stuff like that. And then the girls kind of tagged the lean on it because the boys was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how we are. But like I said, I feel like some kind of conversation should happen so boys would know, which they find out eventually anyway when they want to start getting the cookie. But I do feel like some kind of education need to happen with the boys now. How would I do that with my son? I have no earthly idea, but
girl, I don't know what I told Biscuit, but I told him something, and I guess he understands that Cardi don't really be asking me questions, but that little one, he was like, what is a menstrual cycle? And I was like, where did you get this from?
Commercial problem. Huh? Commercial problem.
Ain't no telling. So I had to explain to him what a menstrual cycle was. And then he goes around, I know what a menstrual cycle is. I know that. I'm like, you don't have to announce it to the world.
Right. That's a conversation between me and you, son. Between me and you. That's the other problem with the kids today. They run their mouth too much.
too doggone much.
We knew when our
Too
parents
much.
told us stuff that we weren't supposed to say nothing out loud. Now that don't mean we didn't go to our little friends and talk about it. They ain't saying that because we still kids at the end of the day. But we didn't go announce stuff.
Oh, no, I did.
Like these
My mama
kids
said
today.
that I did.
Of course you did.
So she was like, I don't know why you be so shocked at your kids because you did everything that they do. I was like, I mean, they get it honestly, I guess.
I would never. My mama would have slapped me in my mouth. Okay. I didn't like getting hit.
My mama used to just roll her eyes like I do with my kids. Like, oh, look at this child again running the mouth. But so I do want to point out about tampons. First of all, I want y'all to stop sexualizing girls in everything that we do. Because everything that girls do does not have to be sexually related. And if you feel like everything is sexually related, that's your own issue and you need to educate yourself. Mm-hmm. I do I do want to say that tampons are not the safest. So I don't absolutely recommend them. I just wanted to ask the question. But I did find this thing that I did not know this, that tampon ingredients are not regulated by the FDA. I did not know that. And I was like, how did I not know that? I'm 36 years old. Did you know that?
Mm-mm. Never heard of it.
So they consider it a medical device. And so that's why they don't have to like put the ingredients on what's included in a tampon on the boxes and everything, which is interesting.
I guess it makes sense. I mean, well, I don't know if it makes sense, but I could see why.
Maybe, I guess.
But anyway, continue.
So, some of the risks that comes from using tampons, of course, toxic shock syndrome, which is something that we always heard as little kids was TSS. And I think that's why, outside of the sex part, I think that's why a lot of parents steered away from it because they were scared of that. But also you could get yeast infections, you could get bacterial vaginosis and other types of infections. Recently, I say probably about 2-3 years ago, I kept getting, I'm going to be very transparent. So I kept getting BV and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like at this time I wasn't even having sex. So I was like, what's going on? So I went and got my IUD taken out because I was thinking that that's what it was my IUD, because I know that was a risk. And then I kept getting it. So one day I was just on the internet perusing and I had found a lawsuit that was against a certain tampon company brand. And that was the tampon that I was using. So I was like, this is interesting. So I went to go read what was happening, and some of the parts of the tampon was coming off inside of women and it was making them get infections, constant infections. So I was like, this is interesting. I was like, I never really got tested for products just coming out inside of me because I didn't think that was an issue. But anyway, I reached out to some people and I was able to get a settlement from that company because of all the issues that I did have from that, even though I couldn't technically prove it, but I was like, that was the only tampons that I was using. So I'm just going to assume that this is where it came from because it started out the blue. Like, ain't nothing changed. I've been doing the same shit. But that was interesting because I never knew that that tampons could cause bacterial vaginosis. I thought that was interesting. Yeah. I think that was it that I wanted to point out. And then, now there's new things that are in the world of menstruation that we can use, like the menstrual cups, the flex disc, period panties.
Yeah. They also make natural tampons now too that doesn't have any like extra additives or whatever the proper terminology is.
Yeah.
But they're not as accessible. At least I don't think they are. Like if you in bigger cities and you go to like, Target, our friends love Target. They have like a lot more options than in places where we live. So
Right. The smaller communities, of course.
right. But sometimes it ain't. I mean, I guess I'm not one of them people who fear those type of things because I know it can come from anything. Because sometimes your body's just different than it used to be, and your hormones can be out of whack, or people say they don't use tampons. Not saying you, but people in general say I don't want to use tampons because it can do this and this and that. But you take medicine, it can do the same thing. So,
Child.
look, I done started talking.
Get it together.
But yeah, so that's why I'm kind of like I respect people who feel that way if they're like all the way natural. Like they only do natural medicine, only do natural foods, only do blase blase. It's the people who pick and choose for me. That's an issue.
Right.
Like either you there or you ain't.
Right. Like, really, you saying all that, but you eat chicken. Honey, you eat chicken.
And I ain't talking about the natural chicken. I'm talking about the one coming from down the street at the
Right.
I won't say the company name. But that's putting all those hormones and stuff in it. So it's like, do you really believe that, or it's just something you choosing for the week? Like,
right, exactly.
That's my issue.
And they're like, oh, I only do organic, and I'm like, but organic doesn't always necessarily mean organic. Do you even know what organic really means? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's free and clear of all those other additives. Right. It might be a little bit safer, but it still ain't 100%. Child, unless you're growing your own chickens and shit in your backyard.
Exactly.
Don't be. I ain't gonna do this.
That's my issue with it. I feel like you're supposed to live your life and do whatever you need to do that fits you. But it's the people for me. That's just my opinion. They be picking and choosing. Like, I don't need you to be all the way natural, all the way organic. Don't take nothing extra. Don't, you just drinking water, whatever the case may be. I don't know what I'm being funny now.
I'm gonna drink vodka.
I'm gonna need you to be all the way there, or don't be preaching to me.
The only thing all the way natural on me is my hair. That's it. Other than that, it's give and take.
And mine only natural for the week or two. Okay. I might be swinging.
I'm ready to go get this thing straightened tomorrow. I'm ready to be a whole brand new person.
Oh Lord, she's gonna have some neck pain. Yeah, at the end of the day, do what's best for you and your kids. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying.
Amen.
We put too much energy into other folks who ain't living with us and ain't got to deal with it.
Amen.
Shoot, I don't even listen to my mama half the time. I do what's best for me, and she'll tell you that. She tell me all the time, you need to quit babying your kids. You need to whoop them more and fuss at them. I'm like, okay, mama. I do what I want to do at the end of the day because this is my household. I'm the one here day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, taking care of them, feeding them, clothing them, fussing at them, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
So quit worrying about what everybody else think.
Ooh, I'm having some issues over here today.
Well, let's talk about this post that me and you both had found. Which I'm just gonna read it off. I ain't gonna waste time with the share screen and all that stuff. But someone posted on Twitter this post. It says, my daughter made a new friend at the playground. I asked the dad if we can plan a play date. He's like, okay, I'll give your number to my wife and you can ask her. IDK, why that was so weird to me. Aren't you her parent too? Men who have to ask their wives first bug me. So before I give my opinion / married opinion, what you think?
I ain't even married, and even I know that makes sense.
Right.
Like, if I was out with my kids and stumbled across a man at the park with his kids and my kids and their kids got along and be like, hey, let's set up a play date. And he'd be like, all right, I'll give your number to my wife. Okay. Why is that weird? Like, that's a whole married man.
Right. My first thought after reading this is that I don't think she married, because that's I ain't married or ain't never been married statement to me.
I ain't married and ain't never been married.
No, I'm saying, but you ain't make the statement. I'm saying Like, let's be real. I'm married, and it's some things that I don't even want to ask my husband sometimes. I just want to do. That's just the reality of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a commitment with someone and you take vows, you're going to have to communicate. Sometimes the communication going to feel stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, it makes way less problems. Okay. So it'd have been different if this was a friend that he had been known or that he knew before the marriage. Maybe still, even then, you still communicate. But it'd have been different if they knew each other, somebody from the church house that they both knew, they was both friends with. That's different. But you saying this man met a strange woman he ain't never known in his life, and he ain't supposed to have permission from his wife for them to be around
Not
her
even
kids.
permission. It was, I'm gonna give the number to my wife.
Which that could have been coming from 2 points of views. That could have been coming from him saying, I'm gonna stay out of trouble, yes. But that could have also been coming from, that ain't my thing. I don't plan play dates. That's my wife's thing.
Right.
Like, so why is it a problem?
Yeah, like usually she's the one that takes them out on the play date, but today I was the one that done it. And but typically I'm not the one that do it.
Right. But you're not gonna tell me no, even if you're not married, even if it's just a straight up relationship, y'all have kids together, you're not gonna tell me that somebody will have a problem with this.
Right.
Nobody will have a problem with this. Whatever the words. I can't talk. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. But even if it was to me, and this is just my personal opinion, even if it was another male and said, hey, our kids should get together, I ain't gonna say that I would think that he would give my number to them, but it would be a conversation, because these are new people that are entering my child's life.
Right.
That I don't know. That I haven't met. It ain't like they both was there. Like, I don't know these people.
Exactly.
What's the problem?
Because even we were at Jumping House one day. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, Biscuit met this little girl and they became best friends. So me and the mama exchanged numbers so that we could do play dates, even though I ain't called. I need to call her. But anyway, we had exchanged numbers so that we could do play dates because they got along so good. But whenever I saw their daddy, I told him about it. And it wasn't getting permission. It was just letting him know, like, hey, we met somebody new. We're going to start setting up play dates with this person. And it was also a funny story to tell because they was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, overall it's communication. But still, you are, like I said, you are, you a woman. She don't know you. Y'all just met. Why would it be weird?
Right. It's only weird to her because she probably wanted him.
That part. That part. Even if that was me, I honestly would have respected him more if he said, let me give you my wife's number. Or, or let me have your number for my wife. I would have respected that more than we just out there at the park with our kids randomly and your spouse don't know. Because then that's going to cause issues that ain't even there.
Right.
Or maybe
Mariana and Maria today. And she was like, who the fuck is Mariana and Maria?
And let's be real, it's a lot of trifling tail people out there.
Right.
I ain't gonna say trifling women. I mean, it's probably more trifling women, but it's trifling men and women.
It's women.
Hey, it's trifling men and women out there. So you could have been coming for him, and he making sure he don't have no problems.
Right. But here. Could you imagine, like, she just going through, he could have like one of those wives that go through phones and she just going through the phone. She like, who is this? And he's like, oh, that's such a matter at the park. Kids gonna play together. And that would have been a whole problem because she probably wouldn't have believed it.
That part. You ain't even mentioned this heifer name. You ain't say nothing. How was your day? Oh, it was fine. Why didn't you say, oh, it was fine. I met a new mama. Okay.
It's a whole other problem. Yeah. Good job, Ray.
That's right. He did good. Men take note. Men and women take note. I ain't even gonna say just men,
Right.
because it's some of us that need to learn too.
You scratching your
Me,
nose, pointing at
me
yourself.
included. Me included.
Not me.
Cause all the time I be like, so and so ain't paying me no attention, and he be like, he be like,
That's what you think. I know they won't. That's interesting. Ooh, so that made me think about this other thing that I saw. And it was, if your significant other, what was it? If your significant other had friends of the opposite sex before y'all got together, do they have to cut them off once y'all are married?
I don't think so.
Honey, the amount of insecurity in them comments was astounding. Astounding.
I believe it.
I was just like,
I personally don't think you have to, no. Well, let me ask you this. Does it matter, like, the extent of the relationship? Like, what if y'all friends now, but maybe y'all used to mess around? Do you feel like they supposed to cut them off?
No. So, this is how I feel. I say no, because I feel like if you can't be around somebody without having sex with them, how can I phrase this right? I'm thinking of it in my head, but I don't know if I can say it out right. Okay. If I can't trust you to be around somebody because I'm scared that y'all are going to have sex, then obviously I don't trust you at all, and I probably shouldn't be with you.
Right. Well, I ain't gonna say shouldn't be with you. I just need to work on my own demons.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then you don't need to be cheating if you if you're gonna sleep with them, then they're probably gonna do it anyway if they want to do it. You just ain't gonna know.
I mean, I about to say, at the end of the day, if you somebody that's gonna sleep with somebody else, it don't matter if you friends or not with somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
Right. Exactly.
That's just my opinion. But I mean, have you been in situations where you slept? You said you cheated before.
Mm-hmm.
You said this publicly, so I'm not telling you business. Do you feel like it was situational, as in you was put in a situation where it kind of happened, or was it just because you was just gonna cheat?
I was just gonna cheat. I mean, I wasn't happy, so I was like,
the only reason why I asked that, because a lot of people use that as an excuse. Like, oh, we was together, we ended up alone, I was drinking, blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen. That excuse is used a lot.
I mean, it was going to happen. It was going to happen irregardless. The alcohol was just added in there, but it was going to happen.
Right.
It was going to happen. For me, it was going to happen irregardless. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, oh my God, here we are together. What are we going to do? No, it was, oh, we here finally.
Yes. But sorry, that was extra. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just asked that because that's used a lot. Like, oh, it happened, I was in the wrong place, wrong time.
Right.
Everybody, but for most people, when you cheat, you usually have been thinking about it for a while. It's not nothing that just popped up and happened.
Right. Now, I mean, you might have met that person that night, but
you was thinking about it.
Right.
If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. But 99, I don't know the statistics for real, but in my mind, 99% of the time when you cheated, you was thinking about it for a minute.
For me, 100% of the time. I stand my ground. Doggone it. I'm not embarrassed.
And even for men, they say that men are impulsive or whatever the case may be, but they may have not been physically thinking about cheating per se, I guess, but they were lusting. So what's the difference?
They was thinking about cheating. Lusting is the same thing. That's just a nicer way of putting it. It's just a nicer way of saying it. Like, oh, I was just lusting at her. Oh, you wanted to fuck her. Let's just be honest.
Speaking of wanting to do something, I was playing. I seen a post earlier, and it ain't related, but I seen a post earlier, and it was this girl on one of the marriage Facebook groups, and she had a divorce photo shoot.
I saw that.
And some of the people was posing the question of, is this right?
Yeah, I saw that.
What you think?
I liked the photo shoot. I thought it was cool. I don't know. I guess I've never been divorced, so I don't know how I would feel if I was divorced. But I would think that if I was able to smile again after a divorce, because she said it was toxic. So I feel like if I'm able to get to this point and be happy, what's the issue?
Right. I think it comes from, well, it probably was, I didn't really look at the demographics of it, but I bet it was mostly me who
Oh no, honey. Well, the one that I saw, it was mostly women. But you know, women be so pick me. Women be so fucking pick me, and it pisses me off. Like, stop trying to make yourself look good in the eyes of these men that ain't work, that probably ain't even thinking about you, don't want you, but you trying to look good in their eyes. Stop. Like, just stop it. It was a whole bunch of pick-me's up in there. Talking about, I don't want it on it. Shut up. Wow. Damn it.
I was thinking it was me and they had a problem with it, but I guess I was wrong.
The post that I saw, I don't know, we probably didn't see the same post, because, you know, they'll post 100 things, posted 100 times.
Right. I'm sitting here trying to scroll through. A lot of people saying I love it. Wow, a dude says, I can imagine dude is happy as hell right now. She looks like a whole job. Why?
The ignorance.
Somebody said too much energy for me. Get some help, child. And that's a woman.
So, pick me. Her man probably don't even come home at night.
Right. Somebody said she clout chased, and this has nothing to do with self-care.
Okay.
Like, so these people who making these comments ain't never been in a bad relationship?
They probably in one now. That's why they that's why they mad. That is why they are mad, because they are in one now and they are jealous because they like, dang, she got out. She finally got the exhale. Look at her exhaling.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a problem with it myself. Especially if it was toxic.
Right.
I'm a person to each his own at the end of the day. Even if it may not be something that I would do, not saying I would or wouldn't. I don't see the issue in it. Like,
I want to do it anyway. Like, no divorce,
live her life.
Nothing bad happening in my life. I want to do a photo shoot like that. I like that.
Right.
With the car burning up behind, I'm just walking with all my white on, with my hair straight, and I'm just killing it with the walk.
Right. Right.
I was like,
and they was trying to say like she was just throwing the problem. She literally only burnt a picture. Like, they had like, I don't know. People just make a problem out of it.
Extra.
And it drives me up the wall for some reason. I don't understand it. Did you hear about Bill Gates and his wife getting a divorce?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my shot.
and that he been boo caking the whole time. Yeah. I don't know why people act surprised about this.
I mean, I was surprised that people was actually responding to him. But then again, he's a millionaire. Like, who wouldn't? I mean, if he was to inbox me, hell, Ooh, speaking of
Bill Gates,
I wish I had saved it. This girl got scammed by somebody that was Bill Gates.
Okay.
It was on TikTok, and I was following it, and I forgot to go back and finish following it. I'm mad now because I can't even remember the person's name.
They said Bill Gates was out here and what was getting me about the story, which I don't know the whole story, but the part that I had seen, he was sending work emails to people like, hey, I like you, let's go out on a date, but if this is inappropriate, disregard.
I see that. that was his way. That was his way of saving himself from getting a sexual harassment charge, because he's like, if this is inappropriate, like
no. The thing is, like, if you gonna be shady, be shady. You gonna be shady with proof in the pudding, like an email, dog, a work email and that. Come on, Bill. That's how you know you got a lot of money, because you just don't think nothing can happen to you at this point. Like
book smarts.
Yeah, tell her to download Snapchat or something.
Can you imagine getting a Snapchat from Bill Gates? I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, Bill.
Like, send me a video, okay? I'll send one that I wouldn't want to see, but
take it back.
But yeah, they say he was inappropriate like this a lot. But the one that I had seen, it was only reported like maybe 6, 7, 8 to 10 workers who reported this inappropriate behavior. In my mind, I'm like, if only 10 of y'all reported, that means it probably happened about 60.
Exactly. Because I think the statistics is like 1 out of 10 women reported, somewhere around that number. Yeah.
Then they said some woman said they was at some party and they was like doing something. I don't know if they said they were dancing or what. I don't know. I need to have my facts straight. And then he was like being real social and then whispering in ear, let me take you out.
Boy, if you don't go somewhere, Bill Jerome Gates, get out of my ear. They went.
But 80% of the time when this is happening with these rich men, the wife already know about it. Let's be real. And they chose to stay. But then we be over here like, oh, Pola, so-and-so.
I ain't say nothing. She getting half of everything.
She stayed.
I'm like, good job, girl. Good job.
And a lot of those people who said that he was doing it inappropriately did not report it at the time and kept working for him. So what is
I just find that I be kind of iffy with people sometimes, because like sometimes I believe a lot of women, because I don't want anybody to think that I don't support women that have got sexually harassed. But then a lot of times I think a lot of people do it for clout and they be lying and ain't nothing happened. And if something did happen, they wanted it to happen. But now that other people are coming out, they be like, oh, yeah, that happened to me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the part that get me. I'm not even going to take from them whether it happened or not, because that's between, that's between them and God, bro, at the end of the day. Ain't nobody going to know. It's the fact that they wait. Like, you don't wait it this long. What's even the point? Like,
and you still working there.
What's the point? Just, you done held it in this long. Just keep on holding it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So, obviously.
And I guess it ain't for us to get.
Yeah. I guess not.
And I'm okay with saying that I don't understand it. Okay.
I don't understand it. I personally don't think I would still be sitting there working for the man, but I can't say that, because if I was making Bill Gates money, I might would have. I might would have. If I was making under Bill Gates money. Not sleep with him. I ain't saying that. Let me be clear. Y'all ain't gonna be coming for me in these streets, okay? You can be coming for me.
So you saying that Bill Gates was to slide in your DM right now?
I wouldn't do a thing. No, I wouldn't do nothing. I'm not the type of person. I don't think I could physically do anything with somebody I'm not attracted to.
Be like that the whole
time. I can sit here and joke all day and be like, oh, he got money. I'm gonna get some of that Bill Gates money, but that thing be.
What does Bill know how to put it down? What does Bill know how to?
We got to get there to know it. People be saying that, but you got to get there first. Honey.
He come out there with that long schlong. He be like, look at it. What you want to do with it?
Everybody don't know how to work that long schlong, okay? Everybody don't know how to work it.
This is true. Look, that is a whole other conversation for a whole other day.
Okay. But yeah, me personally, I don't think I could physically be with somebody. Not saying that I can't, but I don't. And I ain't saying everybody I've been with been fine, because to me, it ain't all about looks. It's all about your swag, your personality, your pheromones, whatever. I got to be attracted to something.
Right.
And money ain't an attraction for me. Money don't make me go, oh snap. It don't make me percolate downstairs, okay? That's all I'll say.
Some people like that though. I don't know how. I don't know.
To each his own.
Teach me how. How y'all do it?
Well, we made it through another episode of Occasionally Posh. Please, thank you for listening.
Yeah, I was tired. I'm tired. I ain't even gonna lie.
We might have to change our recording day or something. But anywho, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned to next week's episode as well. We don't know what it is yet, but we're working on it. Anybody
have ideas?
If you have ideas, if you want to be a guest, maybe we'll do a panel of men next week. We ain't done it in a while.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people said they really liked whenever we did that.
Yeah. So maybe we bring back some men next week and tackle some relationship / stigmas of men and women. And go from there. But thank you. Please make sure to like our Facebook page. Please make sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and continue to listen to us on most podcast platforms. I cannot talk. Most podcast platforms like Apple, like Spotify, like iHeart.
Say that Google. Again 5 times fast.
I can't. Google, Pandora, you name it.
I don't know Pandora.
Yeah.
Where I been?
I don't know where you been. Anywho, thank you. And we'll see you next week. Peace.